Well, hello, this is Gmodism here, and it's namely pretty interesting. I thought I would make this video for a very long time, but then I didn't, and then I didn't. So anyways, we're here on a beautiful semester in not the Alps, compensating because there is no snow in Kyoto. Very sad. Anyways, or not yet. So what is this? Or it's in the title. Never mind. Okay, we're finished. Just kidding. So lots of dupes basically. Let me just go and have a quick check onto the what is it called? Garrysmod.org. They finally re-allowed people uploading blueprints there, which is nice and all because they forbade it before, which was very bad. Yes, Gmodism's Mega Advanced Duplicator 2-pack. So that's pretty nice and all. Anyways, what does this contain? Old stuff. Old stuff. You've seen old stuff around. And then you can actually test for yourself that many of my tutorial vehicles are just that, tutorial vehicles. They're not that great because they're made pretty quickly and with the intention of explaining shit. So anyways, but they're fun to play around with. What does this pack contain? Well, there is a big folder called Gmodism. And we have DAC Tech builds. If you get my collection, you have all items you need. And it's a lot of kind of, you know, everything is not completely, you know, there is like things that don't work as well in the pack because it's old files as well. Anyways, this works. This is my DAC Tech car. It's a combat vehicle. I pretty like this. I very much like this one. I think it's super cool. I don't know, I guess it's kind of stupid, but ooh, slippery. You can see the back was spinning as hell. But anyways, I like my gun here. It's super cool, and we have a clan missile launcher and shit like that. DAC Tech is a cool mod. It is worth a check out if you haven't. No, that's weird. Anyways, moving on. We have another DAC Tech thing. Now, I am a Mech nerd. You know, I played Mech Warrior for Mercenaries. Am I already considering to play it again on the channel? Even though no one cares except like 2 people. So, damn it, unfreeze. I think we spawned it into something. Let's spawn it there. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't. Oh yes, of course the guns are parented in DAC Tech, which is different. Now I don't remember the controls of this thing, which is a bit sad. Now let's see here. R. Okay. Space. An alternative. Okay, great. And this is basically aircraft with DAC Tech. Well, DAC Tech building airplanes is very easy in DAC Tech. It's also a bit dank because the controls aren't that fun. You can't roll and stuff, but it's a fun kind of strike plane. You just go down and you fire 2 huge lasers, and it's insane. And there are other guns. Oh, here I have some zoom. I also have zoom there, and we have, let's see here, not there, not there. Oh shit, I collided somewhere. R button, that's shifting. Okay, great. We have some damn it. Okay, there are long missile alternative. No, that's okay. It's great. F, yes, F. You can fire lock-on missiles. They reload pretty quickly. They're pretty nasty. They just seek after stuff, so you can just spam them when you fly, and they will just hit targets for you. And then you go down and do your heavy deep dives, and just bam, huge. Yeah, okay. No collision damage though, that's a bit sad. I'd wished they destroyed themselves when they crashed. But you can wish. DACTAC hasn't put out an update in quite some month now. That's a bit sad because the mod had great potential if it would be worked on. Anyways, what we have here is basically most things I ever done. So I'm basically releasing this Gmodism Total Notice Channels Mega Advanced Duplication Pack with no warranties. Stuff may be broken and old as shit, and there is no list of controls. This one is a bit weird. It's controlled by 8, 7, and then you can turn with 4 and 5, and it's of course numpad control. So it's pretty interesting. Actually, this structure wise, this is pretty interesting. This is pretty it's a pretty good design, actually. I'm pretty happy with like this walker. It's pretty cool, even though the controls and stuff and realisticness and lag levels are maybe not what you'd wish. But you know, it has some advantages. I think they disabled. Anyways, let's see here. Oh yeah, is it 1, 2, some? I just spam random buttons now. Okay, never mind. There is some way to fire these ones. Let's see here. Zeroing gun. Well, anyways, it's pretty funny. You can just walk on board here, so it actually has interior. If you are a oh yeah, it's manual, never mind. I think there are some shortcuts somewhere. But anyways, if you are a true old subscriber to the channel, you've seen this in one of my really early videos, like super ancient videos. Oh, this is the, oh yeah, that's the ammunition control. This RT screen used to work, but that was a long time ago. So basically, you have to load it, and then we have, at some point, was this? Oh, you can see the keybinds. Anyways, left arrow or something. Oh, I guess. Look, isn't this nice? Nice, now it works. You can actually close the thing. So I don't know. I think it's pretty fun. Can't find the buttons for the guns though. Arrow keys? No, arrow keys, that's the turret, right? Never mind. There is a lock here for something. That is... oh, now the turret is released. Okay, great. Now we use the 1 and 2? No? You use some keys to control this setup anyways. I think you can look at the basically things all over the place and you'll find a way. But anyways, I kind of like this one. This is one of my earliest ACF builds actually. It doesn't have armor, but well, I have to begin somewhere. We have old classics like the Wrangler APC. This is, as said, the tutorial vehicle. It has some weaknesses. Like for example, the side armor here is too low, so it actually doesn't cover the ammo boxes. So if I were you and I wanted to use this in a battle, I just basically replace some shit. And it fires on space, which is weird. And its VSAD control is pretty easy to go around with. Now, I wouldn't say it's super powerful, but oh, there are some gears also, I think. Well, it will do the rudimentary job of getting you around and fire some shells. And you gear up with mouse buttons, basically. What do we have here? Oh god, what is... oh no, not this. This is one of my earlier airships rebuilt into a boat. Is there an ice? Beautiful underworld ice world here? No, it's not. How sad. Right. You've probably seen this in some less serious videos. So what you need to do is you need to set this straight, and you need to start the engines, use throttle, and then you use this lever to kind of set gear, but it's kind of hard to get the right gear. Anyways, this craft, and you just hold this lever to control the stuff, and it usually kind of works, except sometimes it doesn't, and it's fun to play around with, I give you that. We have Brawler Hyper MK3. Don't try this. This is too large engine on 2 small bikes, and all it does is basically, well, it flips over and is sad, basically. So Hyper MK3 is actually older than MK2, just so you know. Doesn't make sense, but well, get used to me. So we have the MK1 and MK2, so we have a V-twin engine, and we have a single cylinder engine and a bit more clean setup, so and all new colors, basically. The cassette tank. This is the tutorial tank for the tank tutorial. Old thing. I wouldn't say it's like this tank is weird. Actually, it's a pretty horrendous tank, but to be honest, to be honest again about another thing, it's not the design. I actually like the design. Believe it or not, I actually think this design is pretty cool. It looks post-apocalyptic. It looks like a weird tank concept from the 80s. It's a bit jagged, yes. One could fix the edges a bit. It's quick built, but I do actually like the structure of this. I think it's pretty cool, believe it or not. The engines have changed a bit, so now it sticks out. That's a bit sad. Anyways, I think at least, well, you can see those parented fake tracks as well. There is a track tool now though, but so yeah, this tank is as said, not like, it doesn't have a hood or something, it's just you sit in the chair. And while you might think, does this tank absolutely suck? I mean, it's not very great, but also it won pretty many battles just because the front armor is so immensely thick that it's insane. You can't battle with this on long range because there is no aim. There is like no, what do you use to aim, I mean? You use T and G to, you know, and then you try to turn around in the right angle. There is no aim. So if you get into close combat and you don't get them on your side so much, this tank has actually won some pretty, some battles. I think actually one time against a much heavier tank, just because the front armor is so angled. Anyways, I should stop boasting about this because the controls are quite horrendous. Space is engines. If you click W, it will try to move you. No, if you press, no, let's see here. If you press S, you gear down. If you press W, you gear up. Or you need to press one time rather, and then you go in that direction, basically. And then you press D to turn, and A to turn when you have space pressed in. If it doesn't work, what you can do is, you know, is speed up the engines and then click where you want to turn. So it's a bit wonky control, and you can believe it's hard to aim. And mouse 1, cannon, basically. R and F is controlling the angle of fire. But yeah, it looks a bit like artillery, but it has a howitzer, you know. It's mostly suited to take out heavy ground stuff. There is a brake at the alternative. Well, oh god, this is dust blower. It's the old bike design without bike lean, so it has wheels at the sides. Now this is not the greatest map to test this out, but I just want to go through my blueprints a bit fast. It's fun, don't try corners. Hasselbacher MK2 tutorial vehicle, pretty fun feeling to drive, not the best design. This is a little micro city, Cyclone ACF city. It has some numpad keyboards. It's kind of less useful actually, but it's fun. It's inspired from the author Philip Reeves' books called Mortal Engines. Here you have keys to how to control this. Has interior, you can go around here, you can also go around at some places. It looks cool. Land barge. Oh god, no. This is Maximus Death. It's a pimp of another vehicle I made, and it basically uses it uses too many engines, and I think they fixed some of these things, so it may not work very well. Actually, it never worked very well. But anyways, it's kind of VSAD controls, I think, but you might have to speed up and down the engines all the time to actually make all of the engine powers work. Short answer, it doesn't always work. Here we have the Rusty Sverikana, which is a weird car, another tutorial car. Here we have the pimped version, which is a pimped version with gold details. Then we have Volvo i6 with turbo. When you press shift, you basically boost this. You can use the jet engine, which is installed into this thing, which is nice. And you can use them both, and it's pretty crazy. VSAD control, brakes on space, I think. And here we have ACF boat Blue Sea, which is another type of boat I tried to make. It uses a tiny engine, and instead of turning instead of having a fin to control this thing, we actually try to turn the engine with mixed results. This is pretty interesting. The other boat is actually more fun, but you know, this is more realistic, I guess. Also made for a tutorial. And here we have another brawler, Bandit. Yes, this is the Bandit version, and it's a Bandit version because it has guns. Wait, how to use R? Probably R. F? Okay, F. Rawr. Feel the glory. Yeah, press F and you have a machine gun. Here we have Half-Life 2. I used this when I played some Half-Life 2. I didn't play the whole game because I played it through Garrysmod, and it's kind of wonky. I played a few missions, and oh, we're in water. Never mind. Anyways, oh god, oh shit! This isn't. What is this? An ice sheet? What the heck? Right. This is pretty interesting. It has some protection to getting tailed over. We have flashlight on F. Mouse buttons to gear up and down, and you can basically steer it. not too fast. It's actually designed to apply the damage you're taken if you're shot in the seat region. It has some sensors, and it's basically so you're not invincible in vehicles when you play Half-Life 2. Here is one of my first ACF cars. It's Apoca Destroyer car. I saw a very cool video about a post-apocalyptic death race, so I wanted to participate, so I slapped this thing together, whoops, oh yeah, you gear up with W and S, and then you use space to throttle the engines up, and you use mouse buttons to fire the guns. It's slow, it's not the best, because it's a very early car, but it's pretty funny. It has a nice feeling. It also has too many engines. Right. Oh, and this is a crazy try to use fins to not tilt over. So this can go in horrendous speeds. It's insane. You have to try it out. Hard to control though. Here we have the submarine I made in the tutorial, one of my most famous videos now actually, how to make a weighted realistic tutorial in Garrysmod. If you want to know how to drive this thing, just check the tutorial. It's a bit, but it's realistic and shit. And this is a test of using variable steering, where I have two different engines which apply different speeds on different wheels to help control the vehicle. There is a video about that. Here we have racing, black, petrol. It's in Swedish, that's why you can't read it if you're not from Scandinavian countries. So yeah, and this is the diesel version, and they're pretty, you already might even have seen them. Right, so then we have the ACF Arsenal. Now this is pretty, we have some basically mounted machine guns. This might not work. This should work better. Let's switch name to fix, because some stuff weren't working, so we asked I asked Spider 08 anyways, Spider, one of the most famous, best and most legendary ACF builders and builders in general in Garrysmod. It's really cool. I haven't seen him online in a good while, but well, I asked him for help in the day, so he helped fix this, so this fix is better. Oh, this is the best cannon ever. Like, try to control this. It's really a challenge. Except the machine gun might not work, because they might have disabled some stuff. I don't know. Here we have a nice car-sized turret. I wanted to use this for the longest time. It's a great turret. Bam. It's super cool. You can basically mount it on another plate. Oh, and here we have my most requested or famous builds ever, where it's mounted on many things I made, but this is the gun gate circuit that controls this thing. And when you basically have an input to it, you can basically fire these guns super fast. So we just let them reload a little bit. And this is how I beat up very many tanks in my mechs, by just spamming explosive bullets. Here is some fading boxes with prepared ammunition inside. This is the non-working version of this automatic ACF turret, but there is a new version called Vodka, which is released, which you must get. So that's cool. Oh gods. The manual mortar. Load. I guess calculate somewhere. Oh, never mind. Is it this one? No. This is load. Oh no, this is plot, right. And it has a really little propulsion to give you that predictable splash. So, next up we have, oh god, propane revolver, cannon, and ASMR launcher. No, ASSS, short range missile, okay? They might work, don't spam. And stuff, but they're pretty cool. I think there is some tutorial somewhere how to make this. This is probably more scary. It's pretty cool though. This basically fires flaming shots, and this fire shots in high speed. They both make things blow up though. I didn't see the poof. Very sad. Oh god, no. This is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. It's the biggest gun in ACF. Whoops. Connected up to the rotary gun gate. So we might let this load up for a little bit while we look at. This is the same, but with armor piercing 100mm short cannons, and this is the gates itself. 4-lay and 6-lay. I don't know how to call them. It's basically yeah, how many guns you can connect up, and you know, you can use this pretty easy. Just connect them up, and you know, this basically is the key you want to use, I think, because that's where the button goes. Yeah, so basically it fires out from the map. Let's not do that. This salvo would destroy most things you can build. Right, what do we have? We have a steam cannon explosive mount. Oh god, and it stopped working for some reason, I don't know. And this shoots slugs. And they should work. Well, never mind. Here we have the manual steam cannon, which definitely works. Right, that's the and then we have the manual. This is my ancient. I just tried to make some pretty cool manual guns for ACF. Of course, they're not handheld but mounted, but you activate the ammo here and then you can fire. This one is really good for creating lots of lag, because it uses 3 small cannons and they're all connected up to gates that make them have a delayed fire, which make them spam bullets extra fast. And we have autocannon, basically most types of cannons. I especially like the 50mm short cannon, just because we have this little manual sight where you basically can kind of almost use. Okay, it ricocheted. Bounced off actually. Yeah. Then we have ACF Aircraft. You know, this I meant with Benny's lol. So this has been featured in many videos. This big thing is the Domaclius airship, requires Pew Pew 2. Pretty cool, featured in many videos. You should definitely check out the cinematic called Sky Soldier Thoughts, which I like, or I made it. Okay, file contains invalid data. Never mind. Well, here we at least have the Dreadnought battle. So you've seen the Dreadnought ships around, hoverball, but they're cool. Can use some numpads to fire cannons as well. I guess you can go back to ancient history to figure out the controls as well. Here we have my it's also released, so you know, but it's the Firefly. It's a pretty nice airplane. My official airship. If you haven't tried this, it's an experience. I definitely recommend to fly around at a real Half-Life 2 map. This thing is the Iron Flyer airship, which uses an actual ship to control it. Everything is parented, and you know, there is a big box here that's not parented though. We got help with the turret from Nikitosian, so we have a nice turret. And it's from, you see it from the turret, you basically can fire stuff like that, and you also can press some random button to fire the big guns. And it's VSAD, and you use space to increase speed and shift to decrease it. You can just fly around like this and shoot stuff. It's pretty nice. Use scroll wheel to zoom out. I like this airship, especially this Chinese style roof. It does really give it some cool character. Some, you know, I haven't seen very much Chinese inspired diesel punk, mouse too, but they're not very accurate, you know, these cannons. Anyways, a bit new stuff, Chinese inspired diesel punk, pretty cool. Then we have Melody Airship. If you're not tired about Melody Airship videos yet, you should definitely check out the Airships playlist. Aerial Warship 3. Oh god, here is some old stuff. Wow. Check out the old airships list. It's all of this: Ariot, Blue Sky, Force Corvette. Oh, here we have a plane from Greg, which I apparently included. Well, I haven't seen him around for ages, but I basically try to fix a version. You use shift to speed up this thing. I don't know exactly how the flying mechanism is done, unless else then it's pretty cool. But you can use mouse 1 and 2 to spam grenades, which is nice. It's very fun to fly with because it's very slow. Here, oh god, Junkers Jew jet version. This is death in a plane, don't even try. And here we have Bombast, this old one, classic. Even rebuilt. This Bombast and the the Firefly are rebuilt by a guy I know, which is pretty cool. You can check the videos for that as well. Here we have some jet engines prototype. It's more prototype as multi-propeller turbine than an actual jet engine, but it looks like it doesn't work very well. Neither does the turbine jet plane. It's very sad, but it looks cool from a distance because it has like it's not actually. It doesn't have the jet, it's just the same design. It has double propellers in the back. So someone should fix this for me. The tutorial airship. It works well though. And I even let you folks decide the name, or I didn't, because no one actually said anything, which was depressing. So I just gave it a name. Anyways. Or maybe it doesn't work, I don't know. Stormlord, an ACF airship that actually flies and stuff. It's old as hell, and the turret, you'll just have to figure out how to control that thing. But it's cool. And that is the Gmodism's great pack of duplication files. So I'll recommend you to go and check them out and basically see it as a early Christmas gift. See it as an early Christmas gift from Gmodism to you. Well, this is Gmodism Total Nerdy Channel, signing out.